I'm David Wiles.
I'm Drew Bristow.
And we are Explore Trees. This is our introduction to SRT climbing. So this has all been filmed in the Pelletsi Valley in South Africa. It's a pretty wet place at the moment. So we apologise for the raging river behind. Sound might be a bit funny, but we've tried our best for you, and hopefully we find you guys will find this really helpful.
Yeah, one thing with all this gear, a hand ascender can be used wrong, a rope wrench can be used wrong, a rope runner can be used wrong. We're presuming that you know how to use it. If you don't, consult the manufacturer's guidelines, start low and slow, take your time with it, have fun. If you do anything stupid, don't blame us.
Now we're just going to spend a few minutes going through base anchor options. Base anchors for us in Africa are pretty key, especially lowerable base anchors. There's so many unknown variables in these trees in Africa, be it bees, snakes, all sorts of things can go wrong, and we do need the capability of being able to lower from the ground, which is also, you know, an extremely good thing to be able to have within a commercial arboriculture working environment. So I'll hand you over to Drew and we'll just go through a few of the basics of how we set up our systems.
Okay, starting off, let's just presume that we've throw lined into the tree, we've installed our rope and we want to set up a base anchor. Because we've thrown through lots of branches, we don't want to isolate, so a base anchor is a nice quick easy option. I'll talk about quick easy options. The bow line again, you don't get any more simple than the bow line. So we just make the bow line around our rope. Like this, get that nice and tight, and of course chuck the obligatory stopper knot in, and there we have a really simple, non-lowerable but a really simple base anchor. Okay, one of the issues with the bow line just tied up like this is it's non-lowerable, so for us and in many working situations we want lowerable systems. To make it lowerable, all we have to do is quite simply make an alpine butterfly. I like to use a nice long tail and choke a ring on it. That way we've got no carabiners, no hardware going up that can possibly be misaligned. Then put a choker knot on the end. Then I've got a D4 here. And then when I want to lower the injured climber for any reason, I can just cut this rope here, being really careful to cut into the tree. Never cut this way, because you can then cut both lines. Once this rope is severed, I can then lower the climber on this system. I'm not going to cut this rope because I don't want to cut the rope, but you'll get the idea. Nothing can come undone, it's all secure. We've got a nice easy system. It doesn't have to be this, it could be your normal climbing system. Now let's move on to the lowerable base anchors. It's the term lowerable, but for me the other advantage is I don't have to get all my rope out of the bag. I can leave the rope in the bag and just use as much rope as I'm going to use for the climb. But there's multiple ways. Personally I find the most simple is having an eye. It could be knotted, could be stitched, could be spliced. We've got stitched. 6-coil presshook. Here we've got an ISC D4. You could use the Petzl rig, both what they're designed for. This has the advantage and it can lower 240 kilos, so if you do need to do a rescue, this can lower the rescue climber and the rescue person himself. This really can. But we'll go in the setup. It's nice and simple. Just get the rope. Put it around the tree. Put the device through. Get it nice and tight, but you want to leave this presshook as long as possible. That way if it does slip up the tree, it can actually start tightening itself and keep choking. So a nice long presshook is imperative. And just to stop it coming undone this side, just another alpine butterfly. Nice and simple. This opens up. Locked in place. That's locked. And just a few daisy chains just after the end, just added security. Again, nice and simple, not many components, and yeah, lovely and simple to lower if needed. One of the other things with the base anchor is you always have to have enough rope on this side to enable the lowering person to actually get down to the ground before getting to the end. So if my rope's only this long, it's no good me only being able to lower this far. So always make sure you've got enough rope in this bag, because if your rope is too short, you can't connect it below this device, because no connecting point will go through the device. So make sure you're using a long rope, 3 times the length of the tree. One side, this side, and then spare to get that person down to the ground. Okay, so to use the rope that I've got that isn't 3 times, it's twice the length of the tree, isn't 3 times the length of the tree. I'm just going to take this rope out of here, and this is the one end of the rope, this is the other. So I'm using a ring, basically, because if I lower someone and I've used the carabiner, if it goes up through a branch, over a branch, or up through a tight crotch, there is a chance that that gate on that carabiner can be side-loaded, can become twisted, and they're just not designed for that. They're only designed to be pulled in a straight line. Rings, however, they can take bending, they're just a lot more user-friendly for us in tree work. So what I do, I've joined the 2 ropes together, but I want the join to be above the rope, the device, sorry. So that way, when I lower that person, I'm now in one continual loop of rope, and so I cannot get to the end of the rope. This will just go all the way through to the top of the tree and come to the base of the device. It's just a little bit easier than using carabiners, or for us while we're trekking into the jungle, this limits the amount of rope you've got to carry onto a job site or wherever you're going to go climbing. Again, it's pretty simple, it's just a ring. Could be any ring, as long as it's rated for life support, it's good to go.